When You Stop Being Available, Everything Changes by Carl Jung. Welcome to Vantage Aditya. Have you ever observed how certain individuals appear to possess an almost extraordinary command over the atmosphere surrounding them? Without uttering a single word, they don't raise their voice, they don't plead, they merely withdraw, and in an instant, everything transforms. The ambiance shifts. People begin to question, to pursue, to sense. Now envision if you did the same. If you ceased responding instantly to all stimuli. If you selected silence instead of an instinctive reaction, retreat instead of eruption. What do you think might unfold? That's where the essence resides. When you discontinue being perpetually accessible, emotionally, physically, psychologically, the environment around you enters turmoil. Because people are conditioned to steer you through your reactions, through your impulses, through your predictability. But the moment you opt to withdraw, the dynamics alter. And those who assumed they understood you come to realize they truly know nothing about your core. Carl Jung once remarked, "Everything that aggravates us about others can guide us to a deeper understanding of ourselves." Now consider this. When you render yourself inaccessible, who becomes unsettled? Who becomes agitated? Who endeavors to provoke you just to elicit a response? This unveils far more about them than it does about you. And more critically, it reveals how extensively you're still being influenced without your awareness. You continue offering yourself to appease, to maintain harmony, to prevent abandonment by those who, at their core, were never truly aligned with you. With each reluctant yes, each immediate reply, each emotional outburst, you surrender fragments of your vitality. And when the day concludes, what remains? Exhaustion, discontent, a void you struggle to define. Let me explain why. Because you extend yourself too freely to those unworthy of even a sliver of your stillness. This isn't about rejecting the world. It's about reclaiming yourself. It's about embracing what Jung referred to as individuation, the journey of becoming whole, genuine, integrated. And this odyssey commences when you comprehend that silence may wield more force than 1,000 arguments. That withdrawing, when born of self-awareness and not escape, becomes an assertion of power. So I pose a question. How long will you permit the emotions of others to dictate your path? How long will you dance like a marionette at every tug of unresolved pain? Maybe the time has come to sever those strings, to become an enigma. Because when you're no longer readily available, the paradigm shifts. You were raised to be present, to answer swiftly, to comply, to utter yes when your soul screamed no. From a young age, you were molded to believe that your value lies in how accessible you are to others. But let me share a truth rarely voiced. This over-accessibility is not a virtue. It is captivity. And so long as you buy into the belief that you must be ever available, emotionally or otherwise, you will be used, depleted, and discarded once your function fades. Do you understand why? Because constant availability breeds predictability, and predictable things become instruments. People begin to treat you like an emotional panic button. They press it for attention, solace, validation, and afterward place you back on the shelf. Yet you fail to see this entangled in the illusion that universal presence will be reciprocated by someone's presence for you. But life does not mirror that back. Jung explored the concept of the persona, the mask we don to be accepted, adored, acknowledged. And that very mask keeps you excessively available. You affirm you're fine when you're drowning. You reply instantly to messages though drained. You rationalize, defend, justify as though you owe your essence to the world. But here's the reality. The more you revolve around others' stages, the further you vanish from your own. Being perpetually accessible is a refined form of self-abandonment, a veiled plea for approval, a silent protest against rejection, a maneuver to control how others perceive you. But that illusion demands a toll. And the cost is your peace, your life force distributed recklessly as if it's boundless, when it's painfully finite. Those who demand your endless presence don't truly seek you. They seek what you offer, comfort, reassurance, distraction, emotional refuge. But when you evolve, when you build boundaries, when you deny reactions, the same individuals grow unsettled, label you strange, call you distant. It's not because you changed. It's because you're no longer useful. And now the harshest truth: the more available you become, the less value you retain. That which is plentiful is rarely treasured. No one respects what they didn't earn. No one cherishes what never departs. So now reflect: who genuinely merits your time? Your energy? Your presence? Or perhaps more tellingly, who has earned your absence? But before you respond, ponder this. Why are we so reactive? Why do we comply so easily? What fuels our urgent need to explain, appease, and justify? For more such thoughtful, life-changing ideas, do like, subscribe to Vantage Aditya.